Aliens in Miami.
Trending story on CBSMiami.com.
It involves talk of alien sightings at Bayside Marketplace. On New Year's Day, there was a massive police response in downtown Miami. More than 50 young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also setting off fireworks, causing chaos.
So now people are posting online saying that police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall shadowy aliens. Conspiracy theories are saying a big creature could be seen standing in front of the entrance to the shopping area, Bayside. Today, the phrases Miami Mall and aliens of Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab. Twitter, of course, now called X. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event.
So we reached out to the Miami Police Department. They issued a statement saying in part, quote, there were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. No airports were closed, no power outages. Facepalm emoji was included in the statement. And to read up on the story that has gone viral, just head to our website. It is cbsmiami.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, NIGHTWATCH Exploration. What is going on in Miami? I don't know. I mean, we have aliens. We have aliens showing up at Bayside? That's crazy. It is January 1st. It is 2024. Could they have come down here to make contact with us? Maybe go shopping in Bayside? Who knows? In this first footage I'm going to show you, sent to me, it looks like someone was either in a hotel or maybe at work. I mean, it is January 1st, but this is right in front of Bayside, which is Bayside down here in Miami, Florida. So let's take a look at this footage. That's Bayside. It looks like Bayfront Park. That is a lot of police officers and a lot of patrol cars for a bunch of kids running around. Wow. There must be like multi-agency police cars there, because that is a lot of police officers. I never seen that much all in one place, especially in Bayside. There's usually police there at Bayside on a regular basis, but oh my God, that is a lot of cops. And they're walking, I can see them, if you can see, they're walking around with flashlights, almost like if they're looking for someone in Bayfront Park, because that whole area is Bayfront Park. I can see the kids. Yeah, you do have a bunch of kids running around, but that is a lot of police presence there for just a bunch of kids running around. Very, very chaotic scene. There's this guy named Sosa Pippin who's been on TikTok. He said he was a witness to the events that unfold on that January 1st. I went over his footage. Part of it, not all of it, most of it. And he took out a secondary footage, and it gets conflicting. His stories get conflicting, but within that, there's some truth to it. But right now, let's take a look at this footage.
Fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying? I was down in Miami for the New Year's, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I got a little timeshare. We was down there on a like a mini vacay, start the New Year's off right. So anyway, we happened to be at that mall. So we had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, yo, we about to get up out of here, because I originally thought that they were shooting. You know what I'm saying? But gunfight had broke out, whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my blick. So you know what I'm saying? We about to swerve. Next thing I know, it's like crazy. Like we just see all these people running, like, you know, fat chicks. I'm talking about moving. Like, yo, old people even move. I'm talking about moving. So, you know, my girl, she like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that. We out. Like, I'm not gonna ask no questions. We just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo. No cap. I look back. It looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time. Like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to like detain these people, whatever. But, you know, me and my girl, we ended up just, you know, sliding past all that and everything like that. But, you know, a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode. But for real, they lying, yo. It was all them officers and all that. They was not there because of no kids fighting. It was really some like movie shit going on in there, yo. So, you know, that's what it was, yo.
What happened to your cell phone? When you're on vacation, you should have your cell phone on you, just in case somebody calls you. But I don't see any footage from your cell phone. I mean, I know you said you came out of Foot Locker. But what happened to your cell phone? I mean, I don't go nowhere without my cell phone. I always strongly recommend to people, carry your cell phone because it's a recording device. You mean to tell me all this is going on and you couldn't at least record just a little segment of it? Anyways, I have some more eyewitness testimony of somebody that was also there. I don't know who this person is. If anybody recognizes, please leave it in the comment down below. But I want to hear his story and see if they're matching stories or if they contradict each other. So let's go ahead and take a look at this footage.
In my basement and film this. This shit is so crazy. I'm posting this and I want y'all to repost, save this video, post it on other platforms before it gets taken down. Because I want to clear up some of this misinformation about the Bayside Mall incident that happened. So me and my girl was in town and we were shopping at the mall and we noticed a lot of kids there. It wasn't a real big deal at first until they got to arguing and shoving, and then like weapons got brought in and they started fighting, running all over the mall, chaos just all over the place. So we thought we heard gunshots, but it turns out that was actually fireworks. But either way, that caused everybody to start rushing for the doors. People was leaving stuff behind. I mean, just dragging their kids. It was just complete fucking chaos, man. Anyway, so as we running, we look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes. Not human. I promise you, these is not human. I mean, it made the hair stand up on my skin. That, man, I can't explain what that was. I can't say that was aliens, but I can say that was not human. It was not human. And they online, I don't know if they're trying to cover this stuff up, but they saying that it was police officers and somebody, not shadowy figures. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. There's something going on, and they trying to cover it up. A lot of people saw what I saw, and like I say, it was so much chaos ensued that it was just hard to let that sink in, that we was realizing what we looking at. I mean, it's something you can never even create in your head in a dream. I'm putting this out there though, man, because I want people to know that this stuff is real. Get this out and spread this. And if you were a person that was there and you saw what I saw, please put this video out, because they trying to cover this stuff up, man. They don't want us to tell the truth. And I got a good feeling this video will be taken down.
Mr. Sosa Pippen was also there. I mean, nobody carries a cell phone when they go on vacation or when they go to an event like January the 1st. Listen, I'm not here to discredit anybody or debunk anything. You know, I'm swinging both ways here. But I mean, you're in an event like this in Bayside. I mean, I live like half an hour away from Bayside, 20 minutes with no traffic, half an hour with traffic. And I carry my cell phone anywhere. Did anybody say, hey, let me go ahead and whip out my cell phone and record this event? I mean, you got shadowy figures. Okay. We also heard in the last testimony that it was paranormal. And he just finished saying shadowy figures. Is there a possibility that it could have been paranormal? Who knows? I mean, I wasn't there, but who knows? It could have been paranormal. Shadowy figures? Paranormal? Like I said, I'm not discrediting anybody. I'm not here to debunk anything. I just want to get down to the truth and put this out there so people can see the truth and hear the truth. These are testimonies from people that were there, or so they say that were there. Another tourist out-of-towner without a cell phone. And he's down there with his kids. I mean, what happens if you get into an emergency situation? You got to call 911. You got to whip out your cell phone. I have no footage of cell phone here. Nobody decided to whip out their cell phone. All this is going on. This crazy stuff is going on. And nobody whips out their phone to record any of it. I mean, first we heard shadowy figures, paranormal. Might have been paranormal or shadowy figures, paranormal activity. This could be demons for all we know. Or angels, or interdimensional beings that just decided to open up a portal and come in through. We don't know what they were. We don't know what they were, but we do have some footage from the media, from the local media. And we do have that. At least we have that. But I mean, you got to start carrying your cell phone. I mean, I carry my phone everywhere I go. But anyway, enough of that. Somebody did have their phone on them and recorded what I'm about to show you, this footage. When I first saw it, I thought it was either a flare or fireworks, pyrotechnics. I don't know much about pyrotechnics. But this thing took off and it disappeared into the sky. And it's pretty interesting footage because I haven't seen this footage nowhere else. And like I said, I mean, if these things were aliens, what did they park their spaceship? Did they beam out of their spaceship and come down to Earth? Or maybe they parked their spaceship in the Bayside Harbor. And then they beamed out of there and they beamed back and forth. I don't know. But let's run this other footage of this person that did record it. And I can tell it's in Bayside because I know that area. I know that whole area and it's in Bayside. They look like they're in the parking lot and they recorded this on their phone and they sent it to me. So let's take a look at it.
You need to get the boy. Did the kids come out to look? Did you see it? Though when it was over here, it looked so crazy. It looked like it's on fire. I don't think that's it. That's not what the heck? at it, bro. Look at it. Look at it. That don't even look normal.
What the fuck was that? Like I said, I don't think it was a firecracker. Or a firecracker that blows up in the sky. But I gotta tell you, that is pretty good footage. Very interesting footage because it shows something flying out of Bayside Marketplace. And once again, I'm very familiar with that area. And it shows going up into the sky and then disappearing. And then you can hear like a humming sound. I don't know. I've never been in a flying saucer, so I wouldn't know what it sounds like. I've never even been close to one or seen one. So, but that is pretty good footage. But then Mr. Sosa comes out here and says this.
My shit jumping like the trap. Nah, but for real, like real shit though, on the dead homies, I was trolling. I ain't never even been to Miami. Shit, yo, y'all be bugging. Yo, real shit though, y'all stay away from them fucking aliens and all that. Y'all be safe out there.
My question is why? Why would you come out here and say something the way you said and then come back and say this? To cause confusion? I think there was already enough confusion as at Bayside Marketplace as it was. Why would you come out here and say something like that? I mean, did someone threaten you to come back and say what you just said? Did men in black or men in black suits come back and tell you, hey, if you don't go back and fix this, we're gonna go ahead and make your life a living nightmare? The funny thing is, one thing, like I said earlier about Mr. Souza, is that he knew there was a Foot Locker in Bayside, because if you go back and look at the video, at the past video that I posted about him, he says he was down there in Bayside Marketplace with his family at the Foot Locker, which there is a Foot Locker there. And then he turns around and says that he's never been to Miami. I know. He could have easily researched this information on his own. Especially if he was planning to do something like this. Especially if he was planning to go out there and say what he said, which is pretty disappointing because we're just trying to figure out what actually happened down there. Something did happen, but we don't know exactly what happened. We know there was a bunch of kids out there that were lighting fireworks and the police were called out there. But I don't know why he would do something like this. I don't know if somebody paid him. I don't know if, he was threatened to go back and do another video saying that it was all a lie. But then we got other people coming out there saying that it was all a lie also. It's dumb to actually say something and say, hey, I was just lying. Like this young lady did right here.
I saw this, I don't know if it was 6 feet tall. 8 feet tall. It might have been like 6, 7 feet, 6.5, 7 feet tall. Person, I thought at the time, and they were just all dark. I just kind of glanced because you can see them because they were kind of standing above the rest of the people, and the creature was big, like kind of heavy set with muscles or fat, or I don't know, but they were coming out of Lane Bryant, so I ain't thinking nothing about it. So I just kept on minding my business, and then 30 seconds later, like 30 seconds, you can hear somebody screaming. So we looking around, and then a bunch of people start screaming. A bunch of people start running, and I didn't know what to do. So, part of me wanted to run, but another part of me wanted to see what they were running from, because, hey, is it worth me running? Because I am not all the way in shape. What's going on? So I went to go investigate. And so I started walking the opposite direction. I'm like, move, move. Telling people, whoa, what y'all doing? What is going on? Are y'all crazy or something? So, needless to say, but then I saw another one, and this one was kind of short and wider, and it had like a mask over its, not a mask, but like something over its head, but looked like a shield or something over it. And people were running, and I'm trying to see like, well, wait a minute, didn't they come through the front door? Wouldn't all this panic and pandemonium happen when they first came through the door? How did they just pop out of nowhere? What's going on? I have all these questions going in my mind. I'm a Sagittarius, so I think things. So I'm like, logically, this got to be some people in costumes. But then I heard like a sound coming from the taller one, and so I grabbed my grandbabies and we took the fuck off. We took off running. So by the time we got up at the mall, the police were out there like, get down, get down, get down. And so we just kind of ducking, like running, like, what you mean get down? And next thing you know, they started like firing over our heads. So I turned around like, what the? Come to find out that thing was right behind us. And there were police like lined up and down the road. I didn't hear the helicopter that people were talking about, but it was hella police out there, please believe. But we couldn't get out of the parking lot because lined up, everybody trying to leave. So we ended up going to this restaurant across the street. And you know, we went over there and ate, and I literally just made this whole story up. Everything I just said is a lie.
I mean, you heard it yourself. Everything she just said was a lie. She was never in Bayside, or maybe she was, and decided to make up this story. Maybe she did go have dinner with her significant other, and then they decided to say, hey, let's just make up a story, and then we'll just go back and say it was all a lie. I don't understand it. I really don't. But we have some other footage that was sent to me where there was some sort of shadow figure that was caught on video. Once again, we don't know if it was paranormal. They said it was a shadow figure. Now this thing looks like it's floating around. Like this thing is in like the middle of the street, right in front of Bayside, and it disappears into like a sewer drainage. It's creepy. It's a creepy footage. I can't explain it myself. It looks like it might have been taken from up above, from maybe a helicopter, maybe a drone. Maybe a drone caught it. I don't know. But, you know, I want you to check footage and leave a comment below on what you think it is. Or I mean, I don't know what it looks like to everybody else, but to me, that looks like a shadow figure. That looks like a shadow figure. Could it have been shadow figures that were there? I guess we'll never know. Especially when people come out here and say that everything they said was a lie, that there was never anything happening in Bayside. I mean, we're all trying to figure out the truth. We're all trying to figure out the same thing. I mean, there is good evidence that there was something there, and then there's bad evidence when people come out here and say what they said. Paranormal, ghosts, shadow figures, cryptids, UFOs, whatever it was, there might have been something there. It might have just been a big old hoax. You know, it might have been just a big old hoax, a well-planned hoax, or I don't know. I'm 50-50 here. I'm 50-50 here. Because that last thing that was in the street floating around, that looked like a shadow figure. Demon, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, earlier in the last video, I live fairly close to Bayside. I'm trying to hit 200 views. If I get 200 views, I'll go out there and we'll scope the place out. Maybe do some interviews of people that work there, and see what they have to say about it. I mean, Bayside was open January 1st, and Bayside, for those that don't know, is in Miami, Florida. It's like a big mall, like a big outdoor mall. I'm Max. Welcome to Night Watch Exploration.